Hello, today I'd like to share with you what they call an explosion box, and I have made this one, but I'm going to just show you the basics on how to make an actual box. This one is not quite finished, but I'll show you how it works. It's just you take the top off and it opens up, and then you have all your different layers. So you would have like a gift or something in the center box, and then these would all be glued down, so then you'd have different layers of your box with different subject matter. Like this one, I just have a little saying in each one, like I'm proud of you, wild about you, hello beautiful, and I love you. And then on the back I just have butterflies. And this one I just have like little note pieces of paper with the butterflies and little clips. I'm not finished, like I said. This one I just have the sayings with the colors. It was black and white and I've colored it in. And then I have the musical notes, and then on the outside I have the butterflies. But like I said, this is not finished. I just want to go through the basics and show you how they are made. So let me set this one aside right there, and I'll bring in my new one, which I'm going to do in white. But this will be our basic instructions type thing. So this one I'm going to do smaller. That one, the largest size was 4.5, and this one's going to be 4 inches. So let me kind of explain. I'll do it here. So to start off, I did a 2.5 inch base, which is not that one. That'll be my inside. It would be this one, and everything will look like a plus. All right. So you would have your square. So a 2.5 inch, your white layer, which is the middle one. 2.5 inch, so you would use a 7.5 inch square. So you cut your 7.5 inch square, and then you cut out every 2.5 inch, 2.5 inch, 2.5 inch, and 2.5 inch, and then take them off. You can use them as part of your box later. And then the next layer, of course, would be your 3-inch layer. So it's the same concept. You put that aside, except you use a 9-inch square, right? Let me get my cutter. Yeah, I can show you here. So you would have a 9-inch square. Let me just show you that. So pretend this is all one piece. So this is my line, and this is my 9 inches. So it would be 9 inches. So you want to make this your 3-inch. So you would come along, and this would be, if you look at that, it would be 3 inches. All right, let me do this way. That would be 3 inches. So you'd have a whole piece of paper. You would say this is your cutting blade. You'd come down, turn, then go up. So you'd cut that corner off, and then just turn again. Come down to your 3-inch mark, and go up whatever way to take your corner squares out, and you just keep doing that until you have your little plus sign, right? So that's basically how you do each layer. I might put you back again. All right, so I started with a 2.5 inch layer, then a 3. Then I have a 3.5 inch layer, and then I'll have a 4-inch layer. Then my inside little box is going to be 2 inches, and that's the lid for my inside box, and this is the lid for the outer box. So I'll have all these measurements on my blog. So your basic layer, you use a 7.5 inch square, and you cut it at 2.5, 2.5, 2.5. all the way around, right? And then you score on all 4 sides at 2.5 as well. So you need those score lines in there for your middle of your box. or for the middle of your thing. So you need these score lines so you can fold them down and make sure they're all nice and even. Right, and then your 3-inch, a 9-inch square, score at 3. Pumpkin pie, that was well, the first color was white, the second color was pool party. The pumpkin pie is your 3.5-inch, so you need a 10.5-inch square, and you score it at 3.5. And then your fourth layer, I have a 4-inch, so you need a 12-inch square piece of paper, cardstock, and you score at 4 on, your inside square here. I hope that helps. All right, the inside box, I have a 2-inch box, so you need a 6-inch by 6-inch piece of paper, and you score at 2 inches, and you cut it the same way you did this. If you want it to open. If you don't want it to open, full open, you just leave these, you just cut down one side. Let me show, oh, I've already got that one wrapped up. Right, if you want a regular box, you don't cut these corners off, you just cut down. Cut down one side, down one side, down one side. Regular box. So you need a 6-inch square for that, and you score at 2 inches on all 4 sides because you want it 2 inches deep. For the lid, you need a 3.5-inch square measured, 3.5-inch square, and you score at 3/4 on all 4 sides because I only wanted it 3/4 of an inch deep. Right, so that's my lid for the little box. Then for the big box, the lid, 6-inch square, again the same as this little box on the bottom, but we want to score at 1 inch on all 4 sides, and then we want to cut it like this. Right, so that's how you want to do this box too. If you don't want this box to be a fall apart one, like to fall apart when you take the lid off, you make it like this. So you would cut it exactly like these and leave these on there. So you cut up, cut up, cut up, cut up, and then we will glue it like this. That's not cut all the way in. There we go. So that would all be glued in, right? Well, that's our paper for the top. Okay, let me see if we can try and put some of this together. I'll start with the little box in the middle. Well, there's really nothing to do to that except flip it over and put our sides on it. And I am going to just use a liquid glue. And I'm just going to, I'll probably have to pop it down. You know what, my Tombow bottle is upside down already, so why don't I use that? I'm just going to do one on like a couple of layers. Let's see. I think I wanted that for the top because it was pretty. Alright, so then just stick it in the center like so. Alright, and this one, just do your glue again. Center it. And I cut these about 1/8 of an inch smaller, so that if it was 2 inches, cut it at 1 7/8 square. That way you have a little white showing on the edges. If you don't want a little piece of white around the edge, just leave it at 2 inches. There we go. And now we'll do this one. Right. Oh, and make sure and fold and score all of your edges. So that is our little box, and it's going to go up like that. And I will do my lid. How about that? Oh, I need a pair of scissors. And we just cut straight up and then cut in on a angle, like miter it. Alright, now cut up, miter and miter. Turn it all the way around 180 degrees. Cut up, miter and miter. Still in there. right? Cut up, miter. Right, so that's all my little pieces cut off. I'm going to turn this over and I'm going to put my little piece of paper on here. And I'm using the Botanical Butterfly DSP, which is free in the Sale-A-Brations catalog at the moment. So, there we go. Just squish it down, good. Now I fold these down and I make sure I have glue on the edge and on that edge, like on this very edge and that edge. And then dab it there and bring it in. There we go. Hold it for a second till it takes. And then do this one. Hold it for a second. Oh, so sorry, I just noticed my nails. I forgot to do them. I've been doing all this stuff and it's been wrecking my nails, honestly. Right, let's make the box lid. Hold it for a second till it sticks. And then this one too. So there is our little lid. And I'm going to make this like a little tiny explosion box right here. So there's our little box. And you could put ribbon around that, put your little gift in that if you like. It's up to you. Now you just do the same with this top. We're not going to do that one right now. And then you just do the same with each layer. You put, I've cut these, this is a 4-inch, so I've cut this at 3 7/8. I'm going to put that on one side, and then put this is going to be my outside of my box. So you just put that all on there. And then when you get it all glued on, then you have fun decorating. Let me see. That one I used mostly butterflies, and I used a lot of Memories and More. Like the sayings and different things out of the Memories and More kits. Oops, like these. That's where these were from. The butterflies were from the Designer Series paper that I'm using here. I just cut them out. See? That's these butterflies. This paper is the back of one of these. I don't know which one, but it's the back of one. Oh, this one. And I just colored it in I believe it was petal pink. So, let's see. Is there anything else? I just put a black piece on there and put a hole punch, a 1-inch hole punch in there. I put a piece of ribbon on each one from the Sale-A-Brations as well. That's the organdy ribbon. You get 5 spools, and these are all different colors. That's the daffodil, that's grapefruit grove, this is lemon lime twist, and that is balmy blue. Anything else here? I put little dimensionals underneath the wings. I've got double butterflies on here. Let me see. And I adhered this with Terran tape. On this side, I just put the black and white plaid on the back, and then I stuck the Grapefruit Grove color butterflies with some purple and yellow with the purple, and the green with the purple, and the blue with the purple. I always have to add purple in there because this is for somebody whose birthday is in February and it's amethyst. So I was sticking with a little bit of purple on every page. So this one here, I did the black and white paper, but I colored it with purples with the Stampin' Blends. Then I cut out again the DSP, and I put a piece of grape, it's a grape color, whatever our cardstock is, the grape. I used these little clips that were the in colors. These strips came out of the Memories and More kits, and you can either not use these, or you can attach pictures and just slide them up in there. You know, put pictures in them, like front and back if you wanted to. Or you can use it for like little notes, like put a little note things in there. I think that's about all I need to say about that. This I just colored all, it was the black and white paper, like this. And I colored it all with blends. And I put the sayings from the Memories of More and the strips. And that's all I have to say about that one, I think, yeah. And this one I haven't finished because I can't think what to do with the music. She loves music, but I can't think what to put on it yet. And then this was my outside. So I have my butterflies, if you can envision it. I like it. This is the front because it's got the birthday. And then my butterflies are starting to fly up. And then they're flying down. And then they're flying up. So I have them sort of matched in there. This one I might add butterflies and flowers. Right, so I might put flowers on the top of my box. I made a bunch of flowers with the daisy punch. Crazy for flowers. So I might put some, put this all on the top, like a whole bouquet of flowers, and put some butterflies in it and stuff. I haven't decided yet. But this is just 3 layers of, what I did was I just took some white cardstock, and I would take like the stamp pad, whatever colors, and I would drag it along. And if I wanted to mix it, like that one obviously it's so saffron and probably floaty flamingo, so then I would just drag my ink along the papers. And then I punched all my daisies out with the daisy punch. And then I just made, this is a 1/2 inch little circle punch with black. This I did with the Highland Heather and one of the pinks we have. And this here is just basically a scrap. Like, you know, you take your strip and you cut it into a, well, that's way too long. It'd take forever to do that one. But you take like a strip that long and do maybe a 1/2 inch, say. I'm not cutting very straight because I got little tiny scissors in my hand. Use bigger scissors or cut it with a thing. Pretend that's straight. And then you just go along and you cut all the way along. Right, and then you roll it and you get your center like that. And glue it along here as you're rolling it, and it'll all stick together. So that's how you get your center. Wow, these ones I just curled. Let me see, I have a scrap here. I could probably show you real quick how I curl them. Just in case somebody out there doesn't know how to curl them yet. Oh, I've got that stuck in. Sometimes that daisy punch drives me nuts. Right, I need my pad. Where is my pad? Well, this might do, but it's not what I'm looking for. Right. So anyway, you can either take the end of your thing and just bring it in, and it'll curl your petals like so. Try not to touch it so you can kind of keep my hand out of the way so you can see what it does. You just bring your petals in like this. Just gently rub it. You don't even have to do it hard. See? The harder you are, it's hard to do, so you might as well just do it lightly. Right? And then just do the last one. And then all I do is I flip it over and twirl that around in there, and it loosens those fibers. And then you can put layer upon layer, you know, like these. I've got 3 layers in there. And then I cut out one of the little pieces of the paper and did the circle. That's about how I do it. For this kind, it's the same way basically, except you just me straighten this out a bit. See if I can do it. Bring it all the way in. Now, where is my... I'm looking for a... This will work. My mixing one, but... Alright, see if I can do it now. Like, you just use something bigger. It usually works sometimes with this, but it's because it's rubbery, it gets stuck. This is slick, so you just bring your thing in. Doesn't do it the first time, do it again. Just keep doing it until you get it all in the center. But make sure you go all the way into the middle. Doesn't matter how tight it is, you can always loosen it. See? Right. And that's how I do like the middle ones. And I just got a little circle down in the bottom of that one. And I have one of them things I roll up in that one. Just make your own. Just do different things that you like. And this one I made like this. And then I just like flattened it. So that's what's under here. You can cut the edges. You do all different things. Just have fun. Just play. But anyways, that's how you make a explosion box. And I hope you give it a try. It's fun. It takes a while because you have to think of a gazillion different things to put on each little part of your box. But the end results are usually totally worth it. I made my sister one a couple of years ago. And I mailed it to Ireland because I live in the US. And it took her a month to call me. She was so overwhelmed with she called it an explosion of love. Because on every single layer and every single section of that layer, front and back, I had memories. And I had photographs, and I mean, I went back years, and she couldn't talk to me because she would cry. And my sister hardly ever cries. I shouldn't say never, she hardly ever cries. But she was so overwhelmed because she knew the love that I put into it. So you can do the same thing and bring such joy to people just by sharing and doing something you love to do, like craft anyway. And just take a little extra time and think about what that person loves and likes and what you'd like to say to them. You can put it on a little, one of your little 3-inch squares or something. But I hope you give it a go and let me know if you do and how it turned out. And I'd love to hear from you. But all the measurements and stuff and basic instructions will be on my blog. And the decoration is totally up to you. So I believe... have at it and have lots of fun. Have a wonderful day. Good night or goodbye.